Try again. No, try again. Try again. You'll spill it, Paul!
He said try again!
Hello, welcome to MasterCast. Oh. Today we're finally going to talk about Captain Marvel and then never talk about it again.
Except when we mention it in...
Shut up, Paul! No! I did just hit him in the face.
Except when we talk about her appearance in Avengers Endgame.
Yes, but I mean the movie. I don't mean the character. I mean the movie Captain Marvel.
Thank God for
that.
I
mean the movie and the fucking internet controversy that it's caused. That's it. It ends after today. We give our thoughts. That's it. Never again. Don't ask for it.
Okay.
But they won't anyway.
Yeah.
We don't get.
It just depends if Brie Larson says another.
But first, a couple of things happened. Not really all that much, but you know.
But like literally a couple.
So like a few hours ago, literally today. It's a good job we didn't like record this earlier to keep our thoughts of the film fresh because we saw it last Sunday.
Yes, we did.
Today or yesterday or whenever it was,
Marvel,
you're listening to it.
Marvel dropped the biggest F-bomb.
Avengers Endgame trailer, the main trailer.
Holy bejesus!
It's alright, isn't it?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I quite like
also this week there was an Aladdin trailer. Now this
is that all we're going to say about
the Aladdin. Maybe we'll come back in a bit. The Aladdin trailer. I mean, this has been somewhat divisive, but in the case of some people think it looks alright, some people still think it looks shit, but no one really cares that much. The only thing... I mean, I know you like the tiger.
I do like the tiger.
The only thing in the trailer that kind of even came close to piquing my interest was, can you make me a prince? And the genie goes, I could just make a prince. And the prince goes, you see my palace? And that's it. That's the only bit I care for.
I will admit, that did make me giggle.
Yeah.
That was
the bit when Will Smith is like, I must order the 3, and then it's like, no, I'm joking. Here's some... I don't even know what the fuck they show. I don't know why they put that in the trailer. Because it's just shit. Fine if you have to put it in the film, don't put it in the trailer. Just look shit.
Yeah, let's put it like this.
Jafar is fucking... He could not have less of a care about what the fuck is... There is a cave of wonder. Bring me the lamp.
Let's put it like this. I'm still not overly sold on this Jafar. I don't think he's menacing.
I'm not sold on this fucking film. I'm not sold on this version, this character of Aladdin.
I will perhaps watch it for the tiger.
I won't.
Because that was the best part of the first trailer.
Yeah.
Because it was there's a fucking
just
tiger behind us.
Tiger.
And then in this trailer, the tiger actually does a thing, which is scare off people.
Wow.
Because the princess is with a tiger, and then she's surrounded by people with weapons, and the people with weapons can't do shit because, oh wait, what's that? A tiger!
I think that tiger's supposed to show up in The Lion King as well, actually. It's like the Agent Coulson of the live-action Disney universe.
What? Is it? What?
Yeah, it's Shere Khan's brother from the Jungle Book.
Are you bullshitting?
Yeah, of course I'm fucking bullshitting, Paul.
Oh, I wanted to see a tiger in The Lion King. Who's the real king of the jungle, bitch? No, it is Shere Khan.
But apart from that,
it is Shere Khan.
Apart
from that, it looks kind of crap.
No, Shere Khan's died.
Oh, whatever. No, it's Shere Khan before all that.
But will it have Idris Elba's buttery voice?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it learns that after this film.
It learns how to speak like Idris Elba.
It rubs against the lamp.
It rubs against Idris Elba juice.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, right. Did you see the bit at the end of the trailer where
I don't know. I might have zoned out at that point. It was a bit boring.
Will Smith sort of kind of sings, "You never had a friend like me," or he says that.
Oh yeah.
And
is that the Genie song?
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
It's the Genie. It's the Genie song, and Robin Williams fucking smashed it.
I think that the fact that this trailer goes from the like dramatic modern Aladdin music that they've used for like everything so far, which is the da 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 from that one.
Yeah.
And they just like that just stops and they go into a whole new world for the rest of it.
That sounds shit as well.
What, your version?
My version
yeah, it does
sound
shit.
rendition is crap.
Mm-hmm.
But the one in the film
also sounds shit.
It also sounds awful.
Yeah. Listen, you know,
I get it that the princess can sing, but come on, he's a street rocker.
Apparently, early reactions to Dumbo have said it's alright. And the marketing for that didn't look that great, although it does have Michael Keaton in it, so...
It does. Doesn't it also have Danny DeVito?
Oh shit, it does. It has Daddy DeVito.
Daddy DeVito.
Danny
DeVitos. Have you seen that?
I've not seen that.
It's a Photoshop of Danny DeVito on Thanos' face. What a treat.
So, you know, maybe Aladdin will not be shit, but...
We haven't got high hopes for it. Dumbo may not be shit, it might be a cute little story.
The Lion King will just be the Lion King again, so that won't be shit, because the first one isn't.
But the voice actors are different.
Yeah, but not all of them, because James Earl Jones, because
all
what would we
one.
do without James Earl Jones? Just fucking recast him!
All but one. That is just such...
I'm being very loud today.
That's just such a cash grab move.
Isn't
it's just
it?
like, hey, we've got an all new cast of all these stars, but then James Earl Jones. Why?
Like, way to overshadow fucking Chiwetel Ejiofor and... Fuck, what's his name? Donny Glover.
Yeah, because, we've got all these cool guys in, but then James Earl Jones.
But James Earl Jones again, because we're scared that you won't come and watch it if it doesn't have any of the...
To be honest, I won't go and watch it, not because they brought James Earl Jones back, just because they haven't brought Jeremy fucking Irons
You
back.
see, now you mentioned, and also because there's no tigers in it.
There are also no tigers in it.
That's a big minus from Paul.
I mean, come on, like, you put a tiger in
The
a film
max you can get on a film with no tiger is 4 out of 10 from Paul.
It's not even... Oh, never mind. I just like seeing a tiger.
You just like tigers?
Mate, I've been to a zoo and I've once spent like an hour just in the tiger bit.
I thought you were like going to say you spent an hour just with a tiger once.
No,
just sat next to a tiger, like in Life of Pi, where he just like makes
Richard
friends.
Parker.
Richard Parker!
To be honest with you...
It's a bit racist, that, isn't it?
To be honest with you...
That was a bit racist.
I'd love to be in the Life of Pi, just on a boat with tiger.
Yeah, but the Life of Pi is a fucking metaphor for cannibalism. They all eat each other. So would you really want to be in the Life of Pi?
I want to be on a boat with a tiger that I become friends with.
But you eat your mum.
But I get to be friends with the tiger.
Well, who can say no to that?
Yeah, could people confront me? Did you eat your mum? Did you see my tiger?
But I have a tiger, and it's got a funny name.
So I've called it Richard. I have a tiger called Dick.
Parker.
I have a tiger called Dick. I want a tiger.
You don't say. You want a dragon as well, bloody hell, calm down.
A dragon and a tiger.
Listen, you make enough space in your garden for a petting zoo, and I'll think about it.
Right, deal.
Just
get rid of the
you
shed.
mentioned just a minute ago or something about the Halo or some shit.
Oh, yes. I know we've started this out as a gaming / film / television.
Well, I mean, yeah, I was never really gonna push the gaming aspect of it, and that's kind of dropped off.
That has kind of dropped off a bit.
We don't really play enough games enough of the time, and also I don't think particularly the audience cares much about it. But you wanted to mention it, so go on.
I wanted to mention it because I like it.
They hopefully should fucking stay, because we do actually have something to say about the Avengers Endgame trailer. That was a
quick switcheroo.
Yeah.
Anyway, Halo Master Chief Collection is coming to PC. Hopefully, don't fuck it up again.
Is that what you had to say?
Yeah, because all they had to do was make it playable on like the Xbox One, and they just fucked it. They just fucked it all.
Oh dear. Yeah. I watched. I hate everything.
I do.
He's just released I Hate Anthem. I watched the first.
I'm not surprised.
I watched the first couple of minutes. It's a 50-minute long video, so I didn't watch all of it.
I'm gonna watch that tonight then.
But I watched the first 5 or so minutes. I had to check multiple times that it wasn't I Hate Destiny. It's the same fucking art style, the same gameplay, except you can fly and get on a mech. It's just Destiny.
Yeah.
And Destiny shit. So, what did you think of the Avengers Endgame trailer, Paul?
You just insulted my favourite game franchise.
Yeah, but it is shit. Come on, it is.
Yeah, fine.
I was watching a thing the other day. It was about Doctor Who fans. Now, you know me. I'm a Doctor Who fan. And this guy was saying that being a Doctor Who fan kind of makes you invulnerable in nerd arguments, because he was talking to someone. He was once talking to his friend about Doctor Who versus like 2001: A Space Odyssey, which there's no correlation, but they were, and he was saying that his friend was like, the thing with Doctor Who fans is like, you can argue what you want with them, but they know it's shit too. So you can't win. You think you say it's shit, they'll go, yeah, but I still like it. It's still good. Just like, I know Doctor Who's shit. I know the past 3 or 4 years, basically the entire Peter Capaldi run is a bit wank.
Yeah.
But he is my favourite Doctor, so,
yeah.
You know.
I mean, like, I've pretty much become invulnerable to criticism about games because I played The Crew.
Oh, yeah, you fucking did.
And then I bought Destiny.
Oh, and then you paid 90 quid on Destiny 2.
Yeah. Didn't even get Forsaken.
And that's how we,
But I will admit that both of those games are kind of shit.
Yeah.
But
The Crew's a bit wank.
It's a bit wank.
And Destiny.
The game space is impressive.
Is...
It's got one of the bigger maps in all of video gaming.
Yeah, it's just got no detail.
It's fuck all detail. The car handling model is just what the fuck. This isn't real.
And it's, but you know, it's also it's kind of a prophetic. You know, it sees into the future because it's got Trump's wall.
It does.
Mm.
I've driven along that wall.
Yeah.
Kind of like ramped on the side of it.
Have you found a little sign in here that says the Mexicans pay for this?
No.
Neither did I either, because the Mexicans aren't going to fucking pay for your wall, Trump. That's not how it.
Do you know,
Why am I getting political?
Do you know? At one point they're carrying on building it towards the east coast in The Crew.
Do they?
Mm.
Yeah.
They have builders.
Well.
They look decidedly pasty white and American.
Yeah, that's what Mexicans
Anyway, right.
Why did we get into politics?
I don't know.
Listen, the point is, Rocket Raccoon's in his fucking comic book suit. I don't care. I don't give a shit that it just ruins the fact that Tony and Nebula make it back to Earth. I don't get... He's got fucking goggles. Have you seen his little raccoon goggles?
It looks great. It does look great. It's ruined the whole suspense about Tony and Nebula.
Yeah, but I knew they were going to get back to fucking Earth anyway. Who cares?
They were either going to get back to Earth or they were going to get rescued. Either way, they were going to meet up with the rest.
But what if they die? I'm just glad that they don't get rescued by Captain Marvel.
You never know.
Or maybe they do.
Anyway,
but they don't.
Let's put it like this.
If you've seen Captain... Or if you've not seen Captain Marvel.
But let's put it like this, alright? The aesthetic of it throughout the majority of it, or throughout the beginning of it, is black and white. It's Schindler's List, right? It's black and white except for the red.
Except for the red, which was is kind of like the Marvel Studios 10 year, where the 10's been highlighted in red.
But let's put it like this: if you do black, white, and then red, you've basically got a gorgeous film.
Wow, those shots are beautiful. Especially the ones where it's just a little, like when it's the shot of Cap. That's become like one of the most iconic MCU shots, I think. Some would say it hasn't, but the bit when Cap stands up and his face is like, because he's not tall enough, because he's a scrawny little child.
Oh, where
he stands in the face projection, it's only like half his face in the first Avenger, and like to the side of it, there's the US flag, and the red lines of that are the only red in that image, and it's a nice little touch.
Also,
because it's not just black and white, there's still red.
Also, a scene that I like was him carrying the coffin when it zooms in on his face, and then there's just the Union Jack.
Yeah, from
and everything is black and bleak, and there's just a red stripe. And
when the trailer first started, I thought it was like some alien, but it looked like crate, because to me it looked white, and then I realised that it was the desaturated, the
Grayscaled.
the grayscaled bit from Iron Man.
That's oh my god. Yeah, the thing is though, if you
Iron Man is still one of my favourite MCU films. I don't fucking care.
It's great.
And the people who say that it's like
Overrated.
not as good, that it's not as good as some of the other, like that's the type of people I can't stand. People who put like Spider-Man: Homecoming above the first Iron Man. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're
just
wrong.
Straight up wrong. Like not to knock it, it's a great film. It's just It's just not Iron Man 1. Oh, right. Okay. The grey and black, the grey scaled and red aesthetic is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
The shot composition is gorgeous.
Yeah, and at least it didn't give me an epilepsy this time because they didn't have to cram it into 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Did I just say give me an epilepsy?
Yes, you did. I just glossed over it.
I just said give me an epilepsy.
Give you an epileptic fit.
Yeah, that's what I meant, Paul.
Okay, I'm just clearing it up. Okay.
Listen, at least I know this. At least I don't look like that much of a twat.
Yeah, true. So there's the shots. There's the colour. That's great. There's the fact that they did ruin Tony and Nebula. We'll get over it.
But I thought that like win the Super Bowl. The big game. The big game spot when him and Nebula were like building something or whatever. That to me was like, yep, they're getting back to Earth.
I mean, come on, Tony and Nebula in the ship. The supplies ran out the other day.
Yeah.
Ocean's gonna arrive in 4 days. Yeah, you can fucking make it, sure.
Like they were on the same. Why I don't see how that scene makes it into the film. That's kind of been like their big marketing push. But I genuinely just don't know if it is going to be in the film because surely like him and Nebula are left. They can take the Benatar, which is the Guardian ship. She'll know how to fly it. He'll go, take me to Earth, please, and she'll go, okay, and then they'll go to Earth. It's problem solved. There you go. Whoopie-doo. I don't see.
Let's just go past that one. Yeah, there's also Scott looking at all the missing posters.
Yeah, Scott looks to have a pretty big role in this. He gets like his own hero shot near the end of the trailer.
He does, yeah.
When he flips a pencil. It looks like a pencil.
It is a pencil.
Wow.
So there's Scott doing all that. There's Scott looking at a shot that I really, really hope we spend a bit of time in this universe.
I want some more tea.
I would like some more tea.
You mean post-decimation?
Post-decimation, like MCU, because, oh my god.
Tea.
It looks so brutal. Give the rest to you, because I've got my drink.
Yeah.
So I really hope we spend some more time with that. There's also a little shot of Hawkeye teaching his daughter to shoot an arrow.
Like fucking hell! Way to set up Kate Bishop. Well, that's what when I saw that, I was like, Kate Bishop, but she's his daughter in this version.
So let's just.
That's what it, and whether or not it is Kate Bishop, that's what it reminded me of.
Hawkeye's got a new trim. It's gonna, I'd imagine, a decent section of the beginning of the film. Or
it will maybe it'll be. I think that my favourite scene will be when the Avengers all go to the hair salon. So Cap can get his beard shaved. Hawkeye can get his trim. Natasha can dye her hair back to being ginger.
Yeah, there's a lot of haircuts. Which you could say symbolises maybe a bit of time passing.
Yeah.
But, come on. Really.
I think there is going to be somewhat of a time jump.
Yeah.
They also released, along with the trailer, a new poster. The first poster to feature Bruce instead of the Hulk.
Ooh.
And he's pretty central. He's small. He's smaller than Cap and like Tony and the shadow of Thanos in the background.
Because
he's been in like none of the trailers, but Thanos is still in this film. Don't you bloody worry, he's here.
Don't you? But
I just appreciate the fact that Bruce gets to be on the poster.
Yeah.
Okoye gets to be on the poster. Rocket's goggles, they're on the poster.
Also,
I'm losing my mind over these fucking goggles.
One little shot in the trailer was them walking, and they all have the kind of space...
The quantum suit.
The quantum suits.
Yeah.
Oh. They look alright.
Yeah?
Just I've got one issue.
I don't understand why War Machine gets like an Iron Man version, but then Tony just wears like a normal version.
Yeah, that's one
Why
thing I
can't
don't understand.
he
Because
have
War
an
Machine's
i-
just big, bulky
War Machine's
motherfucker.
got like a fucking War Machine one, but painted like it's like. Did you just run out of it, so you just made his look like it, and that's good enough?
Do you
Or
reckon-
what?
I sort of kind of hope that when Tony gets back, just goes, now we're all getting nanobot suits, and that's what they're made of. It's just they all have those vests on because they're just all Iron Man suits.
The question is Captain Marvel gonna get one of those?
No, she don't fucking need one.
To go in the quantum realm? They're quantum suits. Okay.
It's Captain Marvel.
Alright.
Also, another scene, Captain Marvel and Thor. Oof.
Having the sex.
Having it's the Marvel equivalent of sex. It's Thor catching his hammer next to your face.
I mean, if that ain't a phallic symbol, I don't know what is.
It's just him, Captain Marvel, face to face.
Basically,
he calls up Stormbreaker.
Basically an erection.
Calls up Stormbreaker, grabs it. She doesn't flinch,
I
and he
want
just goes
to do this, girl.
and he just goes, I like this one. So.
Oh, is that what he said? Is that what he said?
New hot romance.
I thought he said drop your pants.
New hot romance. New hot romance.
But what will Jane Foster think? Oh no!
Fuck Jane, she's probably dead.
Oh no! Thor fucked Jane.
Did he?
Supposedly. Well, I don't know.
If he did, I'm not sure she would.
You know the bit when Rocket's wearing his comic costume? His little pirate rabbit costume?
His little,
It's the best. And
little
it's with War Machine. I think that's like a new War Machine. And it looks like the fucking most War Machine armour. And I love it. It's like War Machine, but if it was literally, if you just like had the little tank, took it apart, then stuck it back together on top of Don Cheadle.
I'm sorry, but that description is so beautiful.
And then gave him an Iron Man mask, so you could tell.
Oh yes.
And then to top it all off, you've got Rocket Raccoon in his comic outfit with his little raccoon goggles.
Just hanging off the side of the War Machine tank man.
Because
like he hangs off the side of Groot.
Yes.
Like, I miss Groot, but that shot. It's damn good.
Yeah.
Also, I can't wait to see. I want Hawkeye to just bring a sword with him now.
Yeah.
And a bow. Maybe his bow turns into a sword. Fuck it, why not? I want to see that. I just want to see, like, Hawkeye just go, nah, fuck this, I'm tired of going long range. Pulls out a sword and then just fucks everybody up.
Yeah. Well, half of everybody, because the other half's all dead.
Yeah.
Good
Good point.
Aha.
Good point.
Very funny.
Good point. Do you reckon Thanos has got another like massive army of Outriders? Or were they all killed?
I don't think, or at least I swear to God, if this does happen, I'll be somewhat disappointed. I don't think this film is going to end with the Avengers fight a big army.
You think
Because that's how the first one ended, that's how the second one ended, and that's how the third one sort of ended also. They fight a big army of faceless monsters.
Is it going to be everyone team up against Thanos?
I think so. I think it's more about how they reverse what's happened than fighting the evil people.
Do you think it's going to be the...
Who do you think will get the finishing blow on Thanos? Because he has to die, so who do you think will do it?
He does have to die. Right, that's a good question, because it would be good if it's Gamora. It would also.
You do realise she got thrown off a cliff, yeah? I'm just reminding you.
You're gonna turn back.
I mean, I appreciate but she did get thrown off a cliff. So I'm not sure her dead body could do that.
She did get thrown off a cliff. You know, it depends how far back they wind back time. Okay, if they wind back time and Gamora ends up being alive, it'd be really good if she got the killing blow.
Yeah.
If not, Nebula perhaps. She could get a killing blow and it'd just be like fucking justice for her character.
For me, it's like I don't think it's right to choose. I think maybe Iron Man, because he started it. Because he started it all, but, like... I don't know.
Do you know what?
What?
I wouldn't mind maybe a couple characters dying in the fight with Thanos. I think if they are going to kill someone off, maybe Cap, maybe Iron Man died in the fight.
To be honest, I'm just not really speculating because everything seems sort of too obvious, and also like they would never do that. Like, I just don't know, and I just want to kind of go in not really having expectations for this.
It's a good point, but to be honest with you, I'm not saying anything concrete in my head. It's just, this is what I would think would be rather cool in the film, but if not, then I'm sure the Russo brothers would just go, no. That's pretty good, but we done it better. Because, they can't...
I think it's going to be weird going into a Marvel film, and there aren't really going to be that many quips, I don't think.
No, it's just very dark.
This seems... I mean, then they're not going to not be there at all. They still kind of end on a somewhat of a joke for this trailer, but it's not really. It's just kind of, oh, look, Thor and Captain Marvel are going to bone each other.
Yeah, they pretty much are.
Yeah.
It's pretty much given at this point, considering, like... To be honest, before this, we were talking about it, and I said, I'm surprised Captain Marvel just didn't catch Stormbreaker.
Yes, you did say that.
It wouldn't put it past me just for her to just reach out and just grab it. Because I do like the fact that, like, he sees her just not flinch as soon as this giant fucking axe thing flies next to her face. And then he just goes, I like this.
Now that's what I like in a woman.
I like a woman who can have a giant magical god-killing axe fly next to her face and she doesn't even fucking blink.
Speaking of that, I suppose...
Captain Marvel.
We saw it this week.
We did indeed.
So, it's
time
for our review. Is this for me?
Yeah.
Oh, what a dear.
Yeah.
It's time for our review. So, just
Right. So, we went to go watch it.
Thoughts, I suppose.
We went to go watch it with
a couple of mates.
3 of our friends.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I liked it.
I went in somewhat cautiously optimistic.
I mean, I think that's pretty much implied for both of us.
Because I have faith in Marvel. Their track record is pretty good.
It's damn good.
You know, I probably need to watch it again, but I enjoyed Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't think they've made a bad film.
To be honest, at this
since
point,
Thor: The Dark World, and the closest to that they've come, which is Avengers: Age of Ultron, which is a bit muddled and a bit of a mess.
But saying that, they haven't made an objectively bad film, I think.
What at all?
Since Iron Man 1. They might have done stuff before that. I don't know, like, Unleash the Hulk.
Yeah, but like Marvel Studios.
Marvel Studios, I don't think they've made an objectively bad film.
Yeah, probably not. There are still, for me, redeeming qualities in both Incredible Hulk and Iron Man 2. I just personally dislike kind of both of the first 2 Thor movies, especially the second one, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily a bad film.
It's by no means a bad film. It did pretty well at the box office, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So objectively, not a bad film. Subjectively, pretty shit.
Yeah, fucking atrocious. But they know what they're doing, but the marketing for this one didn't really sell me.
No, because I don't know if we mentioned this in the previous ones, but in the trailers, especially the CGI looked kind of shit.
Apart from Sam Jackson.
Oh my god.
The rest of it looks a bit wonky. Which is just kind of the norm with MCU films now.
Because they do have to.
Because they have deadlines.
A lot of CGI. Doing a lot of technical stuff.
And they do have deadlines for all the...
And they have budgets as well. So given the ambition of the project, it's a damn good job.
Except that train sequence in Black Panther, that was fucking atrocious. The rest of it I can see past, and I find it's good enough. There were possibly one or two shots in kind of climax of Captain Marvel, which it could have been better, but I think I was expecting the CGI to be worse, and I was expecting to get some really bad CGI in the end, and it was all solid enough that I was kind of pleasantly surprised. Because I was expecting another Black Panther train sequence, and we didn't get one.
It actually looked like proper humans doing things, or Kree, or whatever.
Yeah,
So, are we going to do it complete spoilers, whatever, don't care?
We'll do a little bit non-spoilers.
A little bit non-spoilers, okay. God. Where do we begin? The journey of Captain Marvel. Pretty good message. Pretty good message. The casting choices are damn good.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Some people think Brie Larson was miscast. Some people really like Brie Larson, think she did a really good job. Where do you stand?
I stand on the fact that she's not miscast. She did a good job.
I think she did a good job. And I think I was watching a review, and it kind of made me be like, yeah, that's kind of how I see it. With the exception of Robert Downey Jr., who is Tony Stark in real life pretty much anyway.
Yeah.
So he just nailed it first time out. You think like Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans, their first films, as much as I like First Avenger more than most, I think, they didn't nail it.
Yeah.
Their first, especially Chris Hemsworth, didn't nail Thor his first time. Didn't really nail it till, you could argue Ragnarok, but that's not really Thor. But he kind of settled into that version of Thor in Avengers. But I don't think he really nailed. He wasn't like the definitive Thor.
Do you want to know what I think?
In Thor?
Do you want to know when I thought he was the definitive Thor? Sort of the beginning of the Dark World.
You mean when he kills a Cronin warrior?
I mean, like, the way that Thor acts and carries himself and kind of goes with Odin for some big making decision. I thought that was as bog standard Thor as we're going to get, because he's like in the comics, he's a very regal and powerful figure, and that's one thing I do like about the Dark World. I think that was when he truly got to the Thor of the comics, but then now this is Marvel Thor, and it's different and it's great.
Yeah,
I love it.
And it's better.
It is better. Infinitely better.
Sounded like a fart.
It did. But anyway, Brie Larson.
But yeah, I think she did a pretty good job, and I think she could have been given somewhat more to do. I don't think the script for this was as strong as maybe some of the others.
It didn't allow her to shine as Captain Marvel, but she was Captain Marvel, no question about that.
Oh.
And also, I did think she sort of nailed the I'm not really part of Kree culture, I'm not really part of human culture, I'm in the middle, just what the fuck.
And every time she laughed or giggled or smiled in the film, which was quite a lot, it just made me think of the, when the first trailer dropped and they were like, oh, why is she not smiling? She needs to smile. And people, sad fucking internet people, were literally going and photoshopping images from that trailer to make her smile. Like, piss off.
She smiles enough, she's happy in the film.
Yeah. Like, you don't see fucking Captain America when he's taking down the Winter Soldier, or he's fighting off the... Yeah, he's not fucking...
He's not gleeful.
Yeah.
It's... Oh, God. Brie Larson casting good. Sam Jackson
nails it as young Nick Fury.
Because why not?
I think, obviously, the CGI is, an important part of that. But, I mean...
He carries and acts and talks the way you'd think a younger Sam Jackson would.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's very good.
Yep. Ben Mendelsohn really... I think he did a great job in this.
Very good job.
Especially as a Skrull.
Yes.
In terms of because obviously the Skrulls are shapeshifters, and he plays Talos, the leader of the Skrulls.
Yeah.
But I think when he's in his Skrull form is actually when he's his best, which is kind of odd because he's under layers of makeup. And when we've had Marvel villains in the past who've been under layers of makeup, and it's not really allowed them, so Malekith from Thor the Dark... Sorry, is this podcast about Captain Marvel or Thor the fucking Dark World?
Do you know what it is? It's now that we're talking about Captain Marvel and ending up, we're just going to go on to something different.
Just moan about Thor the Dark World every day. I can do that. But obviously Chris Eccleston as Malekith is the main one, and kind of Lee Pace was running the Accuser in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's back in this one and does fuck all.
Yeah. It wasn't a film about him, so... But it was a film featuring the Kree.
Yeah, so... but he ends... When he leaves the film, he's like, I'm coming back. And it's like, yeah, but it doesn't matter because we know when you die. So...
let's put it like this. Casting choices are good.
Yeah.
Performances are good.
But Ben Mendelsohn really... Ben Mendelsohn always seems to be having fun nowadays. In whatever films he's in, Rogue One.
He's got some damn good roles to play.
Ready Player One, Captain Marvel 1, because there'll be 3 of them. So, in all the ones.
He's doing good.
Yeah.
He's doing very good.
Jude Law is fine.
Yeah.
Lashana Lynch, who plays Maria Rambeau.
Maria Rambeau.
Who is the War Machine to Carol Danvers is Iron Man, and the Falcon to her
Captain America.
To her Captain America. She's a token black friend.
For fuck's sake.
Is that a bit racist?
Yeah.
That feels a bit racist.
Yeah. I mean, we can say token white guy because it's white.
She's the black friend.
Yeah.
She's pretty alright, although I did prefer her daughter.
Yeah. Was quite good.
Yeah.
It's just a good movie.
Do you think that there's any other members of the cast who stood out to you?
Stood out?
Primary members of the...
Ooh, stood out. No, not particularly.
Okay. What about that cat, then?
Oh, yes.
Goose the cat.
I love... Goose the massive quotation marks cat.
What are we on about? It's just a normal cat?
Oh, yeah, definitely normal cat.
Just a normal cat?
Goose the cat, he steals every scene that he's in.
Yeah, cat people will love this film. I'm more of a dog person myself, but I still did appreciate the cat.
I'm a cat person.
I'm not against cats.
I want a Goose the cat. To
go along with your tiger.
Yeah.
This is close enough to a tiger that Paul can give it higher than a 4.
Yeah. No, I think this might surpass a tiger.
Oh my god!
But you do need a dragon. That's
how you fix Aladdin.
No.
Put a dragon and Goose the cat in it.
Honestly, yeah.
10 out of 10. Oh, and just take all the shit bits out of it.
Which is
But apart from that, so just to have a film with a tiger, a cat, and a dragon. Sounds like a setup to a really bad joke, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's tiger cat.
I was in a lesson today. Someone pulled that man walks into a bar, ouch, joke.
Jeez.
And someone hadn't heard it before.
Oh, no.
And I was like, what? What?
Have you ever been round a dad?
What are you doing with your life? God. So, I don't know what else. This isn't really... I know I said we do non-spoilers for a bit, but you can't really talk about anything in this film, I don't think, without giving something away. Now, not all of them are major spoilers, but I think there's stuff that like even what you said about the cat, for people who aren't familiar with the comics, that is kind of that surprise has been somewhat ruined. But like, fuck, I don't know.
Right,
Even just little things.
Should we say this?
But
Good film.
yeah,
Now spoilers time.
out of 10,
God, maybe 7.
yeah,
Maybe 8.
I'd say about 7.
Yeah.
Well, it's you can't really go out of 10 because it's the films are different for their own reasons. They're good for their own different.
It's a good film.
Yeah.
Definitely go and watch it. Definitely go and watch it.
Unless you hate women.
God, there was no.
But if you are like us and you hate all white men, it is the best film ever made.
Oh God, yes.
Because it's got a woman in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Female character.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's got a woman. And there's there's lots in the film to suggest that it hates men as well.
Oh, definitely.
So like us, if you hate men, all white men, you'll love it.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Tremendous film.
Go
SJWs.
More please. Go SJWs.
Oh,
I'm so glad that we boycotted it as well.
We've boycotted every other film.
Yeah. We boycotted all the and you know what? I'm so proud of all the SJWs for boycotting Captain Marvel because it really worked, didn't it? Wait, shit! The problem is I've gone too far into this joke. I've not really done it. The point is the people who call other people SJW, all the angry white men tried to boycott it and said it was gonna flop. But
it's become one of the best box office releases.
Yeah, it's done really well at the box office, so that fucking failed, didn't it?
Oh, it failed miserably.
So who knows? Whatever. Right. Sure. Spoilers. Let's go.
Goose the cat isn't a cat. It's a giant tentacle freak monster, and it's glorious.
See, I thought that because in the comics, Goose, who is called Chewie, after Chewbacca.
This one's called Goose.
This one's called
Goose
from Top Gun.
Goose from Top Gun. Because fuck it, why not?
I thought they just made Goose a normal cat and Goose wasn't a flurkin.
Oh no, it's a flurkin.
But then when Talos first sees it and he goes, "That's not a cat, that's a flurkin." I can do one Australian. I can't really vary it.
Yeah.
He's got quite a soft Aussie accent.
He does. But let's put it like this: the flirkin. Oh my Jesus.
So I thought, okay, maybe it is a flurkin then. But I didn't really know what the difference between a cat and a flurkin was.
Would you like a quick, succinct definition of what a flurkin is?
Hentai.
It's a cat that can spew hentai. Right. Okay. It's a giant tentacle monster living inside a cat.
It has pocket dimensions inside of itself, which means it's able to swallow something like, I don't know, an infinity stone.
Yes, it swallows the Tesseract.
Because that just shows up.
And some Kree soldiers.
But who cares? The Kree are evil. The Kree are all evil dickheads.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing from this film. The Skrulls aren't evil.
Yeah.
They're just refugees.
I was really surprised when it turned out that Jude Law was a villain. I mean, from those trailers, I just couldn't see it coming at all. No, I thought there was no way he was going to be a twist villain.
No way at all. One thing I will say, though, is now that you mention it, I didn't think much of it afterwards. I do remember one of my favourite comic lines is the Skrulls as refugees. Not for Captain Marvel, this was for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Completely unrelated thing. On Nowhere, they had like a community of Skrulls just as refugees, and I thought, ooh.
So, a couple of people have said this. With the MCU especially, they've kind of taken stuff from the comics and sort of updated it to be more of a modern world. So like, Iron Man is now less about whatever he was when he was created in the 60s, and he's involved in kind of the war on terror.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think, what was he?
They kind of updated those things.
Iron Man in the comics originally was just Tony Stark's bodyguard. All that kind of shit.
But he also was Tony Stark.
And just alcoholism. I think that was a very, very...
Yeah, but like so like the Punisher in the Netflix show, in the comics he fought in Vietnam, didn't he? But in the Netflix show he fought in Afghanistan.
Yes, he did. Or the
And,
Gulf
and,
War.
and they'll- yeah, so that they'll update kind of so the Skrulls, the Kree Skrull War is more about the refugee
Propaganda.
crisis.
It's pretty much propaganda.
It's kind of reflective of the current refugee crisis, I suppose. So the Kree Skrull War in the comics when it was first created was meant as because it was the 60s or whenever. It was during the Cold War, basically. And so it was an analogy for the Cold War.
It was two, galactic superpowers.
Yeah, so the Kree, I think, were the US and the Skrulls were Russia.
Because they infiltrated and you didn't know where they were.
Yeah, and they were the bad guys. And it was like Earth was just one. It was just caught up in this massive war, and it was about the effects of that, and it really made people reconsider the whether how the Cold War was. Obviously, we're not in the Cold War anymore, so they've updated the Kree Skrull War to be more about the refugee crisis that's currently happening, and instead of the Skrulls all being evil dickheads, they made the Kree the evil dickheads, but maybe not all of them, but most of them. They're all the Kree in the movies are evil dickheads. Ronan's a dickhead. That guy who Glenn Close speaks to in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, when she's trying to get help from Ronan and he switches off the thing by doing that with his hand. Yeah, he's a dickhead.
Okay.
All the Kree in this are dickheads. All the Kree on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they're all dickheads.
Yeah. Just the Kree.
And the Skrulls are not dickheads.
Refugees.
They just want to harm.
How was it? The Skrull design?
I thought the Skrull design was really good.
Damn good.
And I really appreciated how they made every Skrull look unique.
Yes.
Because I think when it's a prosthetic like that...
it's very easy to just go...
Make them all look the same. Yeah, so like on Doctor Who, for example, how would you be able to tell one Ood from another Ood?
Or one Centaur... Well, actually, that's a really bad example. One Jadoon from another Jadoon.
Yeah.
Another Jadoon.
Or one Slitheen from another Slitheen.
You can't.
Because they're the same. But the Skrulls
One giant vulture thing from Sarah Jane Adventures from another giant vulture thing. I don't know the names, but they're fucking terrifying.
Oh, the funeral ones.
Yes.
The Shan Sheath.
They're terrifying.
You think?
Have you looked at them?
What a pussy you are.
No, right.
They look fake.
I wasn't scared of them when I watched it. I've looked back at it now and I've just gone, holy shit.
Let's get a picture of them up right now.
They are...
Bitch, I watched The Empty Child recently and that doesn't scare me anymore.
Okay.
You're such a pussy.
What are they called?
Shan Sheath.
Shan
Sheath. Shan Sheath. So, yeah.
The giant vulture people.
Yes.
Just
They are.
What? How do you spell it?
Oh my god! Fucking give it.
How do you spell it?
SHANSHEETH. That's. I don't know. You probably just heard my dog barking.
Look at it. It's terrifying.
It's not that terrifying.
Imagine seeing that in real life.
No.
Right. Okay. Anyway, back to it.
Captain Marvel.
Okay. Bits I didn't like of this film.
Ooh.
Can I go into that?
I suppose.
Right, okay.
You can't. Aha, that was a lie. A clever lie. Carry on.
Right, the bits I didn't like.
Yeah.
The one where she chooses a suit colour.
Ooh.
I hated that scene.
Why?
It's too goofy.
Fuck you.
Okay, right. I don't mind the bit where she cycles through different colours.
Yeah.
But I fucking hate the bit where she went all neon. Oh,
well, fuck you.
Just in case you didn't know, the Kree can change the colour of their suits. They all choose green and blue.
They're like green and gunmetal.
Something like that, right, okay. But you'd think that maybe because they were on a sort of stealth mission in the first one, you'd see that maybe they can change colour. Maybe they go all dark or whatever. No.
Oh shit, they don't do that!
No, they don't!
Why would you not do that?
Why would you...
That actually just makes sense if they just have... right. What's going on
I'll
here,
talk...
then?
You go sort out your dog.
I've got to sort out my dog. I'm sorry.
I shall just rant about this and
I'll
I'll say how it can be better implemented.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
What do you want, Dom?
in the film, it starts with a sort of Kree mission strike team, if you will, going to a place to recover an agent that's supposedly under attack by Skrulls, but if you watch the end of the film, you know that it's not actually. It's the Skrulls seeking refuge, trying to get a bit of information about the Kree or whatever, and they could have set up the fact that the Kree suits can change colour by, maybe altering it for the mission, showing that how they can adapt or whatever. But they don't. They all stay in their green and gunmetal. It's not stealthy. So the fact that Captain Marvel can change her colour of her suit is just really, really odd. And it comes out of nowhere, and it's quite jarring.
No, you can't. No, I'm
actually.
sorry.
So she cycles through like some.
Bloody dog didn't even want anything.
She cycles through some like
Blues
blues and golds, whatever, all that different kind of thing. And then she lets Maria Rambeau's daughter,
Monica
Rambeau. She lets her mess around with it, and then her suit ends up black with some fucking neon highlights, and I'm just like, stop that. And then she looks down at what Monica's wearing, and it's all like gold, red, blue.
You know, the colours of the Captain Marvel costume.
Yes, sorry, I didn't know.
I thought it was brown.
Okay, and she sees that, and then it goes, considering we're on the same team.
Aha!
And then it's the Captain Marvel colours.
Aha!
I will say though,
yeah,
the suit looks fucking good.
I liked the have you talked about the references they crammed in with the other colours? So the white and the green was like the Kree armor from the comics. They did a black and gold one, which I thought was a bit of a reference to a Miss Marvel comics. They did a primarily red and gold one, which she then quickly dismisses, which I think may have been a reference to Shazam, who in the comics was the original Captain Marvel until Captain Marvel came and DC just started calling Captain Marvel Shazam.
No, I didn't talk about. I talked about how the colour change could have been implemented a lot better.
Well, I won't listen back to that.
Starting with the
to find out
stealth mission.
Yeah,
they changed it there. But that stealth mission at the beginning, I did touch on the fact that it was very much a manipulation game on both sides.
Yeah.
It was the Kree manipulated to save their agent from the Skrulls, but it was actually a Skrull trap to try and capture
Captain Marvel.
Well,
Veers, as she's known at that point.
Yeah, because she gets called Veers by the Kree because they found half of her dog tag.
The bit which said Veers.
Yeah.
Veers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's alright.
What's your name? Carol Dan.
Carol Dan.
Hello, I'm Carol Dan.
Okay, so the costume eventually looks good. She's got kind of like a mohawk.
Yeah, because it pushes it into a mohawk.
The Kree team that she's with, I quite like it, even though they've got fucking gravity manipulation tech. Or like
they were all boring. Star Force, yeah, they were all boring. They were all shit.
There was the sniper chick.
Tell me the characteristics of any of them.
Okay, the sniper
including Jude Law.
Sniper chick, she's a bitch. Jude Law, he's a dickhead. The big strong man.
Do you even remember his name?
I don't know.
No?
I don't remember any of their names.
Right, Jude Law is Yonrog. You know Korath.
Korath is the swordman. He uses two swords, by the way. They're not okay. Star-Lord.
That's what he does.
Yeah. And he gets called attractive by the big buff one.
Oh yeah, he says it like you're objectively attractive or something.
Yeah. He uses little lightsaber.
Bronchar.
Little lightsaber swords.
Then there's the sniper girl who is
a bitch.
Minerva.
Bitch.
And then, do you even remember the other one? There's another blue guy.
I know there's another blue guy and he wields dual pistols.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool because he gets in person. I believe that's the first person we explicitly say, "Oh, this is how the Skrulls work," because he comes up to tell the sniper woman, "Don't shoot. They're all refugees." And then, in the scope of her gun, she can see the actual
Atlas or Atlas.
The actual.
Atlas. In the comics, he was Atlas. She was Dr. Minerva. But they've changed them to like Kree names, so it's Atlas.
Yeah, it's
Minerva.
So there's
Bronchar was just Bronchar. Korath was just Korath. And Yonrog was just Yonrog.
So there's that, and then that's when they first get the thing where, the Skrulls can do it if they see the person.
Yeah.
And that's how they whole work and all that. God, what else is there to say? There's the sequence where she's tied up on the ship.
Yep.
And there's also like the inhibitor she has on her neck, which kind of like limits her power.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really quite smart of the Kree. Because it's just like, okay, she's from Earth.
She
got
could
all these
fuck us all up if
she could fuck us all up. But if we put this little control chip in her and say it's just to help her.
But it's actually to...
It's to restrain her.
Yeah, because they introduce the film, it's like, what we gave you, we can take away. So they act like that is what gives her her power, but it restrains it.
Later on,
then she realises, it's like, hang on a minute, no, this isn't how I got my powers.
Fuck off.
This is to stop me from going fucking binary.
And literally spending the entirety of my energy on fucking your shit. I remember I saw a YouTube video. It's just description of how like some thing in a video game went, and it's just spend the entire US defense budget on fucking my shit. It's like enemy AC-130. You're in sight. You're being tracked. And it's so good.
One thing I wanted to bring up actually that was one of my kind of issues with it, sort of, was the fact that like throughout the film, and this is, I guess, a problem with the script. It's quite high, wasn't it?
Yeah, very.
There isn't a point where like Carol has to use her brains or whatever to get out of a situation. Like she just gets stronger. So like there's that near the start of the film, she gets captured by the Skrulls, and she escapes. She gets out of their like machine, but she's got her hands like encased in these clamps, and she can't use a photon blast because of them.
She just brute forces her way out.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, she's gonna actually like have to think her way out of the situation and find. Nope, she just gets stronger and blasts them off, and I was like, oh,
okay, this is how it is.
Right, and then at the end, she's getting like overpowered by the Supreme Intelligence, who's taken the form of the original Marvel, who's been gender swapped and is played by Annette Bening.
Well, can I just address the Supreme Intelligence? Actually, no. I'll let you finish your one, and then I'll address.
She's getting overpowered by the Supreme Intelligence and just gets stronger.
Just photon.
She has to.
Everything.
She has to. The accusers send down the like bombing missiles, and she catches one, and it's kind of pushing against her, but she just gets stronger, and it's like, but that's not. There's no character growth. She just gets stronger. It's boring.
Yeah, I mean, she just gets stronger. You could say that's a character development of her understanding her powers or whatever. It's not.
Yeah, but it's lazy, isn't it?
It is it's rather lazy character development. Also, you mentioned the accuserships and all that. Upon learning of the circumstances of how she became this photon-powered super badass, you remember back to the chase scene where she's in the ship that crashes eventually. And you look at the ship that's pursuing it, and you just go, yeah, that does look very Kree. Because it's a Kree ship that shoots her down. It's Jude Law's character. Yon-Rogg. It's him that shoots her down, and it's just like, oh, now that you do say that, it does make a very good point. What was I going to say? Supreme Intelligence.
Yes.
It's an AI. In this.
Yeah.
Is it?
But is it? That's better than a big onion in a jar, surely.
Well, imagine the face of Bo on crack.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And I think...
It's a giant head in a tank.
I think what they did was better, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, I quite like the giant head in the tank. Surely, purely just because of the dynamic of one of the scenes. It's stupidly clever. Because
it's called
the Supreme Intelligence. Yeah, but have I told you about this one scene in Infinity War, the comics, the recent ones? Thor goes to Haller.
Yeah.
Meets with the accusers. Everyone has a hammer.
Yeah.
Because it's fun. Thor basically throws Mjolnir at a sun, calls it back, and kills a builder with it. The builder being this damn near omnipotent being.
Yeah.
And then frees Haller from the builders, and then all of the accusers, hands in the air, and it's just a glorious comic shot of Thor just raining lightning down, and it catching on every single hammer of the accusers, and then Ronan just smashes his hammer against the Supreme Intelligence's tank.
Right.
Doesn't kill the Supreme Intelligence because it's got its own little clean-up crew. And then the Supreme Intelligence has a bit of banter with one of its staff. Just going, yeah, now they're fucked. Pretty much. Just says it in more technical language. And I was just like, okay, I kind of wanted to see that. I did want to see the giant head tank thing.
Yeah, but...
I do like the aesthetic of the Supreme Intelligence, though.
Yeah.
The nice little watery tendrils.
Yeah.
I do like that.
And they did say that no one knows what it's.
No one knows what it truly looks like.
True form because it changes for every person, but also the fact that the way they kind of indoctrinated Carol into the Kree society by basically wiping her memory and giving her a Kree blood transfusion.
Well, it's already been established in the MCU that Kree blood transfusions do magical shit.
Because memory wiping and Kree blood transfusions are what brought Phil Coulson back to life.
Phil Coulson also appears in this film.
That's Project Tahiti. And that's basically the plot of season 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
It's figuring out why the fuck Phil Coulson's alive.
Yeah.
Also, he's in this, and he's a damn good example of the Skrulls' impersonation not being perfect.
Did you guess that he was... Because I did almost turn to you and say... I think it was when he was in the car with Fury and Skrull Coulson said a line or something, and I was like, that's a bit wooden. I was like, oh, that's... And I almost turned to you and went, Coulson's a Scree. A Skrull.
Coulson's a Skrull.
A Scree. I just can't speak today, apparently. But I was like, but how? When did he impersonate him? I don't understand. But he was, and I was like, oh, okay. So I think they made it just obvious enough that it was like, oh, yeah, no, that is a Skrull. Once
I saw it, and the fact
good enough where it's like, well, maybe it's not.
The minute that it was revealed that, hang on a minute, this Coulson isn't right, you think back to it and just go, yeah, he doesn't say much, does he?
Yeah.
And he just kind of stands there like a henchman.
Yeah.
As opposed to the agent that he is. Which explains kind of his kind of wooden response to the Skrull attack.
Yeah, but I remember the first time I watched, do you remember the Peter Capaldi Zygon two-parter? Doctor Who?
I have a rough recollection.
It's a bit where he's with Osgood, and I originally thought that she was a Zygon, because Zygons are also shapeshifters. I thought that she was a Zygon because her delivery I thought was a bit wooden. She wasn't. It was just wooden delivery.
Yeah, I mean,
getting it that close, and I think Clark Gregg in that moment did a very good job of being like, yes, I'm not real. I'm a Skrull pretending to be me.
I also like the kind of setup of how to detect a Skrull. Because the Kree know how. Yeah. The Kree are damn good at it.
Yeah, it's just like really obscure questioning.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there's what? Carol specifically asks Nick Fury a bunch of questions.
Yeah.
That aren't from recent memory. Because Skrulls can do recent memory.
Yeah.
It's not explained how, they just can. Which is just like, okay, maybe some telekinetic type shit. But, because they just have to see them, so it's just maybe a quick, okay, this is that person, let's do that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting, and that's how Nick Fury discovers that his boss, Mendelssohn, is a Skrull. Because it's established that, and it's kind of a little joke, that everyone calls him Fury. His mum calls him Fury. He calls his mum Fury. If he ever has kids, they're going to call him Fury. Everyone calls him Fury.
And no one calls him Nicholas.
No one calls him Nicholas.
Because his full name is Nicholas Joseph Fury, but no one calls him Nicholas. And then Talos, as the S.H.I.E.L.D. boss, gets in a lift and says, "Thanks, Nicholas."
And then
and he just goes, "You what, motherfucker?"
And no, but then he decides to just go, okay, maybe not, and then completely and utterly fakes him out and just goes, she was on level 6.
Yeah, he goes.
I'll go to level 5 where Captain Marvel actually is, or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll go on level 5 and head her off if she tries to make a run for it.
Yeah.
Going up the stairs. And he says, just like in Havana. Which, the way he delivers that line, it's just like, okay, this is a complete bait line.
Yeah.
This is such a bait line.
He's tested.
And then Ben Mendelsohn, as Tellus or whatever, just goes, yeah, like in Havana. And you just can tell by Fury's reaction, just like, yeah, you just got to fucking play.
Yeah. Although I think you could also tell that Talos was like, shit, has he clocked me?
Has he clocked me, and is this like a double, like reverse psychology type test?
Mm.
So, either way, he fell for it. But, whatever. It was quite good. I like it.
Yeah. Can we talk about the way the film opens? Or rather, the Marvel Studios logo with which the film opens. Because it's dedicated to Stan Lee, isn't it? And they don't replace any of the lines of dialogue. I think if they'd have replaced it with Stan Lee's lines of dialogue, like the Tony Stank line, but all the images of characters and clips and stuff are all Stan Lee. And it made me very happy. I knew that the logo was going to be dedicated to Stan.
Yeah.
I'd heard that. I didn't think they were going to replace everyone in it with Stan, though. And it made me feel joyous inside.
It wasn't just Stan's cameos, though.
It was Stan in general.
It was Stan in real life as well.
Yeah.
And I distinctly remember, as soon as you saw that it wasn't the actual Marvel characters, just go, okay, where is the Stan Hef? Where is the Stan Hefner?
Yeah, and he shows up, doesn't he?
And he shows up and I'm just like, oh, Stan.
And then it ends with a little thank you, Stan. Oh.
God
damn. And then Stanley's cameo in the film. He is practicing his lines for the 1995 film Mallrats. Directed by Kevin Smith. Do you know Kevin Smith?
No. And I've also slightly forgotten what his cameo in this was.
He was on the train reading the script, saying, "Trust me, true believers."
That was it.
He was practicing his script for Mallrats, which Stan Lee did appear in. He cameoed in as Stan Lee. I think he cameoed in it as himself. Kevin Smith, who does, I think he did like a podcast or something called Fat Man on Batman. He's a massive comics nerd. He's directed a couple of episodes of like Supergirl and The Flash and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he was very good friends with Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Very respectful. He said when he saw that in Captain Marvel, it brought him to tears.
Oh.
Because it was a film he directed, and they got Stan doing that, and they're obviously with his passing and everything.
Oh, it's
so that's why in Captain Marvel, Stan Lee's credited as Stan Lee.
Yeah,
Because he's playing Stan Lee.
he is. I just think that's great.
Yeah. Another cameo is when she gets off the train, do you recall a red-haired woman in glasses staring at her that the camera kind of lingers on as she gets onto the platform, the subway?
Not so much, no.
Well, there is, and that is comics writer Kelly Sue DeConnick, who wrote the run of Captain Marvel that the movie is primarily based on.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice. That train sequence as a whole, though.
Well, that's a big reference to the French Connection.
But did that sequence in the film, damn good.
Yeah, although where does the Skrull go at the end of it? What happens?
I don't know.
Doesn't die.
Doesn't die.
Because that's the one in the car.
That's the one in the car. The one in the car dies. It's not Mr. Mendelsohn.
It's not Ben Mendelsohn.
Mendelsohn. It might be the science guy.
Maybe, but there's 4 that arrive.
There's 4 that arrive. 1 dead. 1 science guy. He also dies.
1 Talos.
1 Talos and another.
And the train one, I think.
You think it's the train one?
Yeah, because I don't think the science guy was the fighting Skrull.
No. I was also a little bit disappointed we didn't see any Super Skrulls. And you could argue that the big one on the ship was a Super Skrull.
But I think Super Skrull.
Super Skrull are definitely Empire Skrull, like the villain.
I think the Super Skrulls should be saved. Maybe used with Fantastic Four.
Yes, that would be good.
They can. I think they should be the Super Skrulls. Should be the evil Skrulls, because they've established that the Skrulls aren't the evil. Aren't all evil like they are in the comics. They're refugees and they're not all evil. And I kind of like the fact that it kind of everyone was like, "Oh, they're introducing the Skrulls. That means we're getting a secret invasion."
No, it doesn't.
But with this, it kind of you can't really do secret invasion because they're not all evil, and I'm glad about that because I think Marvel, the guys at Marvel Studios I think they realise that there's no way of doing secret invasion properly without undermining the work that has been put in over the past 10, 11 years.
Yeah, there's no way.
You can't just go, this person's been a Skrull the whole time, or this person's been a Skrull the whole time. It's like, no, I think the main candidate that people think might be a Skrull is like War Machine.
Yeah, something like that.
Like, well, I don't want to see War Machine be a Skrull.
To be honest with you, it's too jarring, and I do love it as like fan theories and just watching videos and just going, actually, this is pretty well thought through, but they just wouldn't. It's not worth it. It will just anger too many people.
I don't think Secret Invasion, I think, is one of those comic stories where it's like, ooh, look at all the surprises. But, like, when you actually think about it, I don't think Secret Invasion is the type of story that you want to be adapting.
No, because Secret Invasion only works in the comics because it's just like, what? Because you can linger on that page and just go, hang on a second.
Yeah.
Skrull? You lot, Skrull?
Yeah.
And it's just, what? We're Skrulls?
So I'm glad that what they did with the Skrulls in this kind of means that then at least it looks like they're not doing a Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
And I, for one, am glad.
I mean, great comic storyline, whatever.
Yeah.
Really, just good luck adapting that to any sort of film or TV. It just wouldn't work. It's too much of a massive just... Everyone can be a Skrull.
It's fine in comics where it's an ongoing thing and continuity is tenuous at best to do massive switcheroos like that.
Yeah.
But when you've spent, and even the MCU has got inconsistent continuity, but when you've been building up something this long, to just kind of switcheroo some characters, I think is very disingenuous and just no.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it.
But do you have anything else to say about Captain Marvel?
Credit scene.
Which is almost definitely just ripped straight out of Endgame. It's just a scene from Endgame.
It's a scene from the Carol responds to the little transponder thingy that the Avengers now have.
Yeah.
And just literally just fucking materialises behind Captain America. They all turn around, go all shocked as fuck, and she just goes,
"Where's Fury?
Where's Fury? I don't know you people. Where is Nicholas?"
And then she looks over at Thor
and then
pulls her pants down
and just leaps on him.
Mm.
Anyway, also I was going to mention more of the other one. You know, where spoilers. Grass the cat fucking swallows the Tesseract.
Goose, we did already mention that.
Goose the cat swallows the Tesseract and then just pukes it up on Nick Fury's desk
like a big old hairball.
To be honest with you,
hair cube.
Another thing you see him swallow in that film is just like, I don't know, half a dozen Kree soldiers.
I genuinely wasn't sure if he was gonna sick up the Tesseract or just a Kree. I would not. I would not have been surprised if it just coughs up a Kree soldier.
To be honest with you,
Marvel, they could have done that and gotten away with it.
To be honest with you, the minute Goose got on his desk, and I was just like, okay, something is coming out of that cat.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I want it to be the Tesseract, but I also kind of want him to barf up some Kree.
Yeah.
just so Marvel can just go, yeah,
well,
we're not going to tell you how the Tesseract gets out of that cat, but imagine some Kree just getting everywhere all up in S.H.I.E.L.D.
So
that would explain where they got the Kree blood from. Project Haiti.
Apart from the fact that they already explained that.
I don't give a fuck. They could have more Project Haiti. They could have Project Beta Tahiti.
It's a magical place.
It's a magical place, the MCU. Also, we kind of thought the Tesseract's continuity was fucked up, and then we actually thought about it, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You can literally have a look on YouTube. There are, since Captain Marvel's release, the number of Tesseract timeline videos has increased by 700%.
Is that a number just pulled out?
Timeline of the Tesseract, yeah. Everyone's made a Tesseract timeline video because it just shows up in Captain Marvel.
Is it? I reckon it's because people were just as baffled as we were when we got out of it. Just wait, hang on a minute.
What?
What? But we figured out that the main issue
is just how Marvel got it from Howard Stark.
Yes, because at the end of the first Avenger, it is in possession of Howard Stark, and by
the mid-credits scene of Thor, S.H.I.E.L.D. has it, and they're getting Dr. Selvig to have a look at it.
But that's after S.H.I.E.L.D. has it,
yeah.
So one could assume that it starts off hidden in the church in Norway, or the fucking thing in Norway.
Yeah.
Then gets in the hands of Hydra, then goes in the ice, then collected by Howard Stark.
Yeah.
Then some exchange between Stark and...
Presumably, I think, stolen by Marvel.
More than likely.
Probably.
Goose the cat.
But Marvel gets it.
Marvel gets it, and she's working with NASA / the US Air Force.
Taken by Goose the Flurkin. To S.H.I.E.L.D. Kept by S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Taken by Thor to Asgard. Kept in Asgard. Taken by Loki. Crushed by Thanos. Thanos. Because I'm British.
Hang on a minute. What?
Why are you confused?
Wait. Does Thor 1... Thor 1 happens before, doesn't it?
Before what?
Hang on a minute. No, I'm just being stupid.
Yeah, you are.
I'm being thick.
Yeah.
Ignore what I said.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, okay. No, makes sense now.
God,
why am I so stupid?
What was I going to say?
I don't know.
What was I going to... Oh, yeah, last week when I said about that thing on Captain Marvel's... on Carol Danvers' plane, her call sign being Avenger. That's in the film.
Oh, no.
And that's the reason why the Avengers Initiative is called the Avengers Initiative and not the Protector Initiative.
Can we just...
The more I've thought about it, the more I'm okay with it. But when I first saw it in the film, I was like, oh, no.
The more I think of it, just Captain Marvel being the reason why it's called the Avenger Initiative, I don't really have many qualms with.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's Captain Carol Avenger Danvers, That's what I have an issue with.
Yeah, that's a bit dumb.
To be honest with you, I'd prefer it if the model of, like, test flight or whatever
Was an Avenger.
was called the Avenger.
Yeah.
Because, first off, that's a badass name for a faster-than-light ship. And plus it was to help the Skrulls, so the Avenger.
Oh, shit, yeah.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
It would have been a bit rough to try and con that in, but Captain Carol Avenger Danvers.
Yeah. I tell you what, when they went to that place where they were trying to find those redacted files about that crash, and it was Project Pegasus, I was like, oh, that was in Avengers. Alright. I don't know if you just heard my dog barking.
Right, just get...
But that bit, there's a shot when they run in front of the thing, it's Project Pegasus is, I think, what they're doing with the Tesseract, but I don't know.
Well, it's more than likely what they're doing with the Tesseract.
Yeah, and I was like, reference!
References.
Yeah. There's quite a lot to the wider MCU.
Well, I mean, it kind of has to be, doesn't it? Because it's a bit before, and it's just like...
Yeah, and I don't... Some people said that there is, but apart from maybe that Carol Avenger Danvers, there's not really a moment where it's like, what's your name? Han. Who are your people? I don't have any people. Han Solo. I don't think there's anything quite as egregious as that.
Maybe... I'm not quite sure how they could do it, but maybe replace the Avenger with Marvel. Maybe so it kind of makes sense for her to be Captain Marvel.
Captain Carol Marvel Danvers.
I don't know.
Nah, that's worse, mate. That's fucking worse.
It just needs...
no.
In the film, there is no way to discern the fact that she's called Captain Marvel.
Yeah, she never gets named as Captain Marvel. I thought when they were talking about Marvel and Fury like kind of shoves it into the word Marvel, I thought they were gonna be like Captain Marvel, but then they don't do that. So
I thought she might take up the name as a sign of respect.
Yeah, but she doesn't.
Oh well.
So
but here's the big question.
What's the big question, Paul?
Captain Marvel 2, what's it going to be about?
Captain Marvel 2, who knows? Well...
What would you like to see?
What would I like... Well, the question is, would I like to see Captain Marvel 2? Would you like to see Captain Marvel 2?
I'm down for seeing
I'm
more
down
of
for
Captain Marvel.
I'm down for more Captain Marvel. I'm down for some Captain Marvel character growth. There we go. That's a title. Ticked off. I've already named this episode before we recorded it, which I don't usually do.
What would you like to see Captain Marvel face off against next?
Ooh, I'd like to see Captain Marvel face off against them. Well, Kevin Feige, he was asked, why has Nick Fury never called her on the pager before? And I think he replied with, how do you know she hasn't? So it could, Captain Marvel 2 may also be set in the past, but not the 90s, like pre-Iron Man 2000s, early 2000s potentially. Or
Cold
not.
War.
What?
Could be Cold War?
That's before the 90s.
I don't give a fuck.
That's not how time works, Paul.
Shut up. Time's done.
You're such an idiot.
Oh god. So
mid 2000s. You mean the Cold War?
Yeah, the Cold War.
That's when that was right.
The Cold War. The Cold War.
No.
The Cold War.
What did you think? I don't really know. Apart from this, we have much else to say really. It's been a couple of days since we've seen it, so fresh memories aren't really there, are they? But
I don't know. Fresh memories. I think we've established it's a good film.
Yeah.
Good film.
What did you think to the way Nick Fury lost his eye?
That is also sort of a gripe I have with the film.
Yeah.
And also, there's another gripe I have with it, but it kind of doesn't make any sense when you think about it with the wider film. The way he lost his eye...
Which, if you happen to have forgotten, I don't know how you could have
Goose
done,
scratches it out.
gets it scratched by a cat. But the thing is, I would have preferred it to have been literally anything else. But Alright, that's what you did, fine. But why did you play it off like it didn't matter? Like, it just happens, and they was like, oh, and then it goes to the next scene, and then they're like sat at the Rambo house, and they're like, how's your eye? And he's like, oh, it's getting better every day. It's like, what? But it doesn't get better.
Explain it.
It doesn't get better. So what do you mean it's getting better?
To be honest with you, I wouldn't mind him kind of being held a bit of a hostage by a Kree thing, and then Captain Marvel photon blasts the Kree side of his face, sort of grazes his eye and fucks it all up.
Yeah, but
Who scratches it out? To be honest with you, I would have preferred it if maybe we met some villainous Skrulls, because then that would explain Nick Fury's just, I trusted someone once because I thought it may have been the Skrull that I liked. No, turns out it's the bad one.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, and it would also maybe explain Nick Fury's kind of like suspicious demeanour in every other film following, perhaps something like that. But
I did appreciate the fact that Coulson was like, I heard you got it like burnt out by a Kree or whatever for not answering to their interrogation or whatever. And he was like, I will neither confirm nor deny that.
And I'm just
like, oh, okay, that's a bit... But because Coulson brings him like a box of fake eyes, but he keeps the eye patch because A, it's cooler, and B, it's Kree defense, Skrull defense even. Because all he'd have to do to prove he was the real one is lift the eye patch. Because a Skrull couldn't know what's underneath there, what it looks like.
Yeah. Good point. I was going to say, well, how does it do the glasses? But the glasses you can fucking see through. Never mind. Also, little funny thing with the Skrulls at the beginning, they impersonate some surfer dudes. And then one of them tries to do the same one as another one. He's like, oi, this one's taken.
The two of them do the same person, and it's like, man, good one.
Because it's Ben Mendelsohn's character just goes, this one's taken. Get your own. Get your fucking own. That's where I want the F-bomb in the film to be. Just go, get your fucking own. Fuck off, cunt. There's more one.
So yeah, those are our thoughts on Captain Marvel. At the end of the day, the politics had nothing to do with it, as predicted.
Oh, yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
It was. I don't know if we predicted it. But... So we're never talking about this film again.
But we are going to talk about Captain Marvel's romance with Thor for many weeks to come.
Well, you say romance. I say
complete
friends with benefits.
Complete and utter like sexual attraction. Like literally, the Thanos can wait.
Listen,
they're
if
busy.
there's no sex scene in Avengers Endgame between those two, I'll be very, very angry.
Alright, and on that happy note, I think we should end. Because I can talk to you about what the rating PG-13 means.
Have you heard about the deleted scenes
For
Captain Marvel?
No.
And there's
Tell me later, because I feel like this...
No.
What? You won't be able to get
I'm gonna
through...
make a joke about Nick Fury fucking bumming the cat.
Did he actually do that?
No, Paul! Of course there's not a deleted scene where Samuel L. Jackson bones a cat. Right, we'll see you next time on MasterCast. So that's that. There you go. If you've seen Captain Marvel, what did you think? Let us know, or don't. It's a free country. Okay, bye-bye.